Hi, my name is Inez Simpson, and this is one of the series of videos and audios about the holistic therapy process called the Simpson Protocol. I'm talking to the people who have experience with Simpson Protocol and what they think of the process and the results they have found. So if you are the person who desires positive change in themselves and those they come in contact with, I believe you'll find this interesting. Today, we're talking to Ludovic Louissaint from Mons, Belgium, and he's our French trainer. Now, he's got lots to say. Now, Ludovic, I'd like you to introduce yourself because I'd like to know what you did before, what brought you to hypnosis and all that. And you're anything of all your things you do.
Okay, so I'm a psychologist, clinical psychologist, and usually I used to work with PTSD and stuff like this. So before hypnosis, I learned EMDR. I think that's the same term in English.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I wasn't satisfied with it. I learned hypnosis. I learned Ericksonian hypnosis, and that's an interesting thing because I have a long history with hypnosis. But with the Ericksonian hypnosis, I was not satisfied yet enough. We work on PTSD and stuff like this. I was not convinced that my tools was enough to help people.
Yeah.
Also, I began to do a lot of different trainings, like the Omni one, and that's the only one that led me to you, en fait.
Yeah, I'm an Omni person too.
Yeah. And so that's it. From my psychologist statue, that's my work that led me to hypnosis and to help people. Not really. I did my study in psychology to help people, obviously. So that's just a way to continue things. And with hypnosis, I said that I had a long history with hypnosis because when I was a teenager, I learned different things about hypnosis. It was more like the mesmerism thing, the magnetism and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And after a short period, I think during my studies in psychology, I completely forgot that way of doing hypnosis. I learned a lot about Ericksonian hypnosis, and I didn't like it. And there's a lot of connection between different people that lead me to learn different things. And like I said, through the Omni training and through SP.
Yeah. Well, so that's really good. What did it brought you to the profession, but what got you started doing hypnosis instead of psychology? You're doing both. I mean, there's a lot being said for it.
Yeah,
SP can be thrown into anything.
Yeah, because for me, hypnosis is a tool to help people.
Yeah.
So basically, people come to me because I'm a psychologist, but most of the time, and I'd say 90% of my patients we'll go through hypnosis because with SP I can use it for everything.
Yeah.
Most of my job, like I used to say, my job today as a psychologist is to convince people to do hypnosis. So I use SP, and it will be easier after that.
That's really good. I remember our first training, when we were in London together, and the girls kind of liked you there, but it was really good. What did you think of it that first time you heard about it? I mean, you were taking it.
That's interesting. Because what led me to SP was that's kind of stupid. Like, today, when I think of it, that's stupid. But that was to improve my technique to help people to go to Wesel state and beyond. But that's why I say it's stupid, because that was the first 30 minutes of the training. That was only the beginning, and I was amazed. I was amazed of everything, the foundation work and everything. And after that, there was the different thing, like the telepathic question. There was the surrogacy work and stuff like that. That was mind-blowing for me.
I think it mostly was for anybody back in the day. I'm sort of getting used to it, so it's it's terrible. I talk about it like it's nothing.
Yeah, but so I was completely amazed, because my expectation was only about the SDL state, and so there was just a huge gap between what I learned and what I was expecting.
Yeah. Yep, that's nice. Okay, so what type of person or profession benefits the most by learning SP, in your opinion? Because, well, I'll leave it to you. I was going to start saying something, and then I'm full of it. So maybe you could tell me.
I will say a different thing. I'd like to say everyone, but it will depend on which way you use SP. I'd say everyone, if you use SP for self-hypnosis or for just to connect yourself to the superconscious mind and to work to listen what's going on. So I'd like to say SP. I'd like to say everyone. But for the rest of it, I'd say anyone that wants to use hypnosis to help people to overcome anything, to help people to work on different issue, like emotional issue, like PTSD, like I don't know the term in English. I think it's like coaching, or to prepare someone to a sport event.
Yeah, sports events. Yeah.
You can use it for everything.
Yeah. So it's sort of gone into energetic background. There's all kinds of people with Reiki, all kinds of people who want to do it. Nurses. It's really gone from being a hypnotist training to an everybody training.
I think it's really a technique that could benefit everyone.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Well,
you talk about Reiki and stuff like and energetic work. It's interesting because I'm reading a book that the title is something like everything is connected, and I think that's SP. SP is like that.
Yeah, it's really interesting, because I know that when I had somebody in my class, I mean, this is the early days, maybe the same time as when you took it, and somebody came in, and I just assumed they were a hypnotist, but they weren't a hypnotist. So I was training someone brand new to hypnosis ideas, but she was a nurse and she was better than all the rest because she didn't have to unlearn a lot of those things. So I said, well, okay, they can all come in now. So yeah, and it's really turned out well. Um, so what challenges for a practitioner does SP solve, would you say, if there's any?
A lot of things. I'd say for me, it's a release for a lot of stressful thing. You don't need to think about an issue. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to uh, do an investigation work
Yeah,
about an issue. Uh, you don't need anything. You just need to learn to let the superconscious mind do the work.
yeah.
So uh, that's that's not as easy as it could sound, but
No, because you really have to learn trust.
yeah,
Yeah, and you have to learn to not judge and not to think about it. Well, you have to think about it because you want to ask questions, but you don't want to judge or be involved in
yeah.
thinking about it.
Like I said to my client, uh, when I think about something, I just write it, but I didn't say it because I don't want to interfere to suggest something to my client. I can think about something. I have my point of view, like everyone, but I don't let that point of view um, guide the process. I let the superconscious mind do the work, and the less I do, the better it works.
I know. The more I do, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
No, but they have a good outcome when you first start it and you're doing it explicitly by the questions. You could just read it off the page and you get it done. But it gets much better from there, you know. But that's as simple as it gets.
Yeah, and that's the interesting thing. I think one of the weirdest thing I I learned about SP is that everything is about you, about yourself, about your beliefs, and about your limitation. When I worked, uh, there were different phases after my training. Uh, the first phase, I was just amazed. I use SP in every way, and it worked. Uh, it worked in an amazing way. After that, I was wondering myself, and I was asking myself to think something like, uh, "Is it's great, but it couldn't be so simple." And on that phase, that's interesting. On that phase, I began to observe obstacle, to observe different issue in a session, and that lead me to the last phase where I told myself, okay, I let go. I completely let go of the process of the thing. I don't judge. I don't care anymore. I just let the process and after that, it's really interesting because it's kind of sounds like a magical thing, but the session after that was so smooth. It was I was amazed, and after that, I just let the all the other session in the same way. I was just amazed that when I don't do anything, when I don't think anything, when I don't judge uh, everything, will go fine and better than fine, and the changes will be observable. You can, your clients will tell you that everything's changed. That's I think that's the with this thing, because that was my belief, not my client beliefs. That was my belief system that caused interferences in the process.
Yeah. And that's what I mean when I say open to possibility. That there's just don't believe anything. Just be open to everything, and there's nothing you can't be open to. But if when they start to be open to possibility, it's just fantastic.
Mm.
Yeah. Now, it's a holistic process, inclusive process. What do you think?
I'd say uh, I can't find another technique that could be more holistic than that, because we work on everything. We work. we want the
Yeah.
superconscious mind will work on
Yeah.
everything, on emotional stuff, energetic stuff, and everything that we don't need to know. So we don't. That's what I love about SP. We don't work. Let's say I had a call today with a client that I have don't know the term in English, but eating problem.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's just the better thing with SP. We will not work on the habits. We will work on everything, the emotional stuff, the different experiences that lead to that,
Yeah.
the function of that issue, not only the symptoms, but everything,
Yeah.
and everything that I don't need to know. Sometimes there's past life regressions. Sometimes there is energetic stuff, entities or stuff like this. I don't need to know, and that's what that's why I think really it's a holistic. It's a complete way of working with a client.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's well put. And the only person that doesn't do well with SP is somebody who doesn't go in hypnosis or anything. I mean, just won't do it. That. So it's whatever you put into it, you get out of it.
But even when they won't go into hypnosis, we can use the surrogacy as
Oh, yes.
uh, they just need to accept the changes,
Yeah.
accept to change, to be better, or just change.
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't even thinking of surrogacy. That's true. Surrogacy is a big thing, but it I've used it in very many ways, but so far, um, I think there's more room for improvement.
Yeah, I had a lot of experiment about that. I use mostly I use surrogacy with my child, and every time it amazed me because the changes with my child is instant. It's interesting. Every change, no, not every, most of the changes are instant changes. Just after the session, it's there. We can see those changes. That's amazing. Sometimes when I had a client with the subliminal technique that was kind of stuck, like 20 minutes like this, and I was thinking to myself, okay, no, it's I will release the arm and we'll go on other stuff. And I was trying to release the arm, but the arm was really stuck. So I used like the self-surrogacy to connect myself through the subconscious mind to the client. And as soon as I asked the subconscious mind, there was blockages on different stuff. As soon as I asked the subconscious mind to release that, on the same moment, at the same moment, the arm just dropped completely. And so there's a lot of different things like this that are kind of spooky or weird, but really interesting.
Yeah. There's this thing that, when you're doing surrogacy and you're wondering, or even normal SP, you wonder something, and then you get this thought, and then you realize the thought's not yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because the thought wasn't there before, it wasn't thought out.
Mm.
Yeah. And it's the super conscious is always telling you, but how open are you? So it depends on what you're doing and what you get. And you're very open, so
I
that
try to
comes
be
through.
as open as I can.
Yeah, I know you are. I know. So I've seen you and I heard you to do some amazing things. Would you like to comment on that?
There's, I'd say there's a lot of different things. I use I use SP mostly 20 or 25 sessions a week. Since no, in 2017 I didn't use SP as much as I use it now, but I think it's about 4 years now that I use SP around 20 or 25 sessions a week or more. It depends on some weeks. So I have a lot of different situations. One of an amazing situation that I can speak of is one of my clients that couldn't move a leg. She had an operation of the knee, and not they put an artificial knee. I don't know the term in English, like
Yeah,
prosthesis.
it's the
Yeah.
same thing in yeah.
She couldn't. I think it was 7 months. 7 months later, she couldn't just move a leg. It was really an handicap for her. She asked me, okay, can we do it? Can hypnosis help? I said, I don't know. we'll do it and we'll see. And I use SP. And on the first session, that was interesting. I just asked superconscious mind, okay, can you move the leg? Can you move and just not only move the leg, but just I don't know the term in English, like bend the knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it did. So it was it was really interesting because she couldn't do it consciously. And during that first session, she had the past life regression. I didn't say anything. I didn't ask if there was past life experiences. That I just used a subliminal technique. She told me after that what she experiences. So I didn't say anything. And after that, she could. The second session, I think it was 3 weeks later, she could drive again.
Huh.
That was really a big change for her.
Yeah.
And after that, we did different works. And after that, I think the third or the fourth session, she told me that sometimes she walked normally with without her, I don't know
Her
the
braces, or yeah, or the yeah.
yeah, she worked without that. She worked normally like before, and that was she was amazed. And there was a lot of different stuff. Uh, we continue to work on different stuff because she had other issue than her knees. But that one was really interesting. But I could say I had one client. I can think I think uh, I can find the testimonials about that because she was abused when she was a child and she couldn't even speak the about the issue. So so that's interesting because with SP we don't need to talk about. That was really the perfect thing. And we work, I think it was 2 sessions. And she sent me just a mail to tell me, okay, I would like to thank you because uh, I feel better in my head. I don't understand the way I walk to go there, but uh, before the sessions, I thought that I could be normal again. That thing poisoned my life, uh, and I can say it's fixed. It's completely cleared, and I think I can begin to think about myself again. And for that, big thanks and good day and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And I can say I have a lot of testimonials like this for different sessions because
Hmm.
uh, those changing with are amazing.
Yeah. I think SP people, not just us, but all the SP world, they come back and they have astounding. Some sessions are absolutely astounding. The outcomes, not the just how it's got done, but everything. The outcomes can be just incredible.
Mhm.
Yeah. What aspect of SP do you find most appealing in your practice?
Uh, I think because I'm a lazy guy, the thing that the thing that I don't need to do anything. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to know anything. And it's I believe you know I don't need to stress about anything
Yeah.
because I know that everything will be all right. Uh, Even if there is a lot of traumatic event for the client, I know that everything is gonna be all right.
Yeah, because it's always done for the best for them.
And I don't need it. That's the best thing. I don't need to do anything. Uh, that can be
I
tricky for
feel
some
too.
people.
That I really think that's
Yeah,
incredible.
I that can be tricky because you know most of my life I learned different tools to do a better job. But right now I learned to don't do anything. I don't need to do anything. I'm not doing those changes. I'm just here to lead them.
Yeah,
Uh,
it seems to be that if we don't intrude and let the superconscious do everything, he he does everything.
yeah.
Many more things than we can think of. All the things that are involved.
Mhm. And I think it's one of the best thing for me in the practice of SP.
Yeah. Well, I know many of the SP trainers, you offer just the training and the classes, but you have a large resource page for your students, videos and demos, and do you find that helpful?
Yeah, because they can check everything. They can. see everything. They can, when I do demos and stuff like this in SP trainings, I also use different things. I also show them, we can take shortcuts, or I show them, I use SP. I show them, I use SP with kind of the book thing, but I show them, I use SP, and it can be. Recently, I've uploaded a session, a smoking session. Sometimes they ask me, okay, what can you do, or stuff like this. I show them that session. I I can say that I can I could be I could feel guilty about that session because I didn't say anything. Mostly that was 20 minutes of silence. The guy quit smoking after that. Just after that, I didn't do anything. And sometimes on the resources there is stuff like this, or there are different application of uh, subliminal techniques, or the work with the medical stuff, or physical stuff, or of pain, or spiritual stuff. There's different examples, so they can adapt everything with their practice. So yeah, I think that they love it.
Yeah, that's really good. You've been doing throughout, I was going to say, can you tell us some interesting sessions? But you've been telling us about them all throughout the thing. But if there was one that you would really want to put, if I said to you, here's the book for, I'm writing, the best sessions in SP. If there was one for you would pick or something to put in there.
Yeah, if there is one session, I think I'd say one client. I think it was the beginning of my practice of SP. I had one client. She was a young woman. She was around 24 years old, and she had a lot of traumatic events, a lot of dysfunctional beliefs that yeah, basically when her parents broke up and got through divorce, her father told her that she will not be able to do anything except to prostitute herself. So she needs to entertain her body. She was on the last year of an engineer studies, but she was thinking about herself that she will not be able to do anything. I think it was the best session for me with SP, because without SP, I don't know. I would have changed everything. I don't know, but basically I don't know. Everything changed because I used subliminal technique, but without SP, it was really a huge mess in every aspect of her life. So I think for me it's the best. If there is one session, I think it would be that one, because without SP, I don't know. I would.
Yeah. There's a lot of sessions like that I have. I said, well, how in the heck could I have done that before? Yeah. There's no way of doing it.
There's something that is interesting, that sometimes somebody, it can, it sounds like a promotion stuff, but because obviously I'm the French trainer, but sometimes it's difficult for me to remember, I use hypnosis before SP, because SP is so simple. It's simple that I forgot the rest. Not completely. I can continue to use regression to code sometimes because I love it, but I love the process, but or the chair therapy and stuff like this. But with SP, and before that, sometimes it's difficult for me to remember. Oh, I used to work on those situations, on those issues without SP. It's kind of difficult.